Welcome to today's Global News Update. Canada in talks to purchase Saab GlobalEye surveillance aircraft. Mark Carney expected to lose prominent environmental voice from Liberal caucus. Ken Paxton secures victory in Texas Republican primary. Experts say Alberta separatism movement stands apart from global secession trends. Small business leaders urge Ottawa to cut taxes and boost economic growth. One dead and several missing after chemical tank explosion in Washington state. Wab Kinew criticizes Danielle Smith over First Nations consultation concerns. Canada suspends entry for residents from Ebola-affected countries. Nova Scotia Premier Tim Houston announces cabinet shuffle. Canada is in discussions to purchase Saab's GlobalEye airborne early warning aircraft as part of broader efforts to strengthen national defense and surveillance capabilities. The aircraft is designed for long-range monitoring, intelligence gathering, and airspace coordination. Defense analysts say the move would improve Canada's ability to monitor Arctic regions and support NATO operations. The potential acquisition reflects increasing global focus on military modernization and security preparedness. Political sources say Prime Minister Mark Carney could soon face the departure of a major environmental figure from the Liberal caucus. The development may affect the government's climate and environmental agenda at a time when energy and sustainability policies remain highly debated across Canada. Analysts suggest the move could trigger internal political adjustments and raise questions about future climate leadership within the party. Ken Paxton has emerged victorious in the Texas Republican primary, reinforcing his political standing within conservative circles. The election attracted significant national attention due to Paxton's legal controversies and strong support from influential Republican figures. Political analysts say the result highlights continuing divisions and power struggles within the Republican Party. The victory could shape future political dynamics in Texas and beyond. Experts studying global separatist movements say Alberta's push for sovereignty differs from many international secession efforts due to Canada's political structure, economic integration, and constitutional framework. Analysts note that while dissatisfaction with federal policies is driving debate, Alberta's situation lacks some of the historical and ethnic factors commonly seen in other independence movements worldwide. The discussion continues to influence national conversations about unity and provincial autonomy. Small business representatives are urging the federal government to reduce taxes and implement policies aimed at stimulating job creation and economic growth. Business leaders argue that rising costs, inflation, and economic uncertainty are placing pressure on employers across Canada. The recommendations include tax relief, investment incentives, and support for entrepreneurship. Economists say small businesses remain a critical driver of employment and innovation within the Canadian economy. Emergency crews are responding after a chemical tank implosion in Washington state left one person dead and several others missing. Rescue teams continue searching the site while investigators work to determine what caused the explosion. Officials are monitoring possible environmental and public safety risks connected to the incident. The disaster has drawn widespread attention due to the scale of the explosion and ongoing rescue efforts. Manitoba Premier Wab Kinew has criticized Alberta Premier Danielle Smith over concerns related to consultation with First Nations regarding a potential separation referendum. Indigenous leaders and legal experts argue that constitutional and treaty obligations require meaningful consultation on decisions that could affect Indigenous rights and governance. The comments have intensified national discussions surrounding reconciliation, Indigenous participation, and provincial sovereignty debates. Canadian officials have announced temporary restrictions affecting residents from countries impacted by Ebola outbreaks as part of broader public health protection measures. Health authorities say the decision is intended to reduce the risk of imported infections while outbreak monitoring continues internationally. Experts emphasize that the restrictions are precautionary and part of standard emergency health responses. Public health agencies remain closely coordinated with international organizations tracking the outbreak. Nova Scotia Premier Tim Houston has unveiled a cabinet shuffle aimed at adjusting government priorities and leadership responsibilities. Political observers say cabinet changes can signal shifts in policy direction, strategic focus, or internal party management. Officials expect the updated cabinet structure to address economic, healthcare, and regional concerns facing the province. The reshuffle comes during a period of continued political and economic challenges across Canada.